couple quick questions.
Sure.
About we were at this panel last night, which was absolutely amazing, and it was really thought-provoking on some of it. And being able to see just the raw footage of the film is so spectacular. It's like one of my favorite behind-the-scenes things to look at. It's just like you guys in the mocap suits. So what I was wondering is, how do you mentally prepare to do a mocap role, and also then how do you manipulate your emotions so well, like just like the little facial tics and everything is so precise. How do you get to that place?
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, if I was playing that character and I wasn't wearing a motion capture suit and I was just wearing a costume, you wouldn't question it because you'd just think, oh, well, there's this actor playing this role. So but I guess where I'm going with this is that there is really no difference between playing a performance captured role or a live action role on screen where you can see the actor's face, because what happens so brilliantly, and where the artistry of the visual effects works with Weta, who are the company that take our performances and translate them onto the faces of the apes, they are completely honouring the integrity of the acting choices, the beats, the moments, the expressions. Everything that you see on screen that you witnessed last night, that gets faithfully interpolated and then placed on the physiognomy of an ape, which is different, but it does. But the artistry for in post production is to make it as truthful to the source performance, and that's the only difference, because when you've watched side by sides, you can read the emotions in exactly the same way. It just one happens to be on the human's face and one happens to be on an ape's face.
Do you find it harder to do motion capture because you need like such more precise facial movements or anything?
You don't really think about that. I mean, you're not conscious of it. You're just embodying the role and acting the role and being that character. So it really isn't a kind of a conscious exercise in pulling any facial expressions. It's you're just believing that you are that character.
Which makes a lot of sense. Is there any little tease you can give us about like your favorite part of the film?
I loved working with Woody Harrelson on this movie. We have some scenes together which we both, I think, really pushed each other in terms of our acting. It was a real masterclass. There's a scene where Woody had to do this incredibly long monologue. It was a phenomenal piece of acting. It was truly like a masterclass, and I learned such a lot from working with him. He's such an honest and brilliant actor, and I know that there were moments where I was pushing him, and he really had to engage with me. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those scenes.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you could see just the little bit of tension in that first trailer even, and looks very intense.
Yeah.
And one more question for you. How did you get into motion capture acting in the first place?
Well, it wasn't that I sought it out. It sort of came upon me, really, and it hadn't really been. It wasn't really a sort of an art form, or had been completely realised when I first started working. It sort of grew and evolved and developed as I began to work with it. So it started with Lord of the Rings and the character of Gollum, and it began to be apparent that it was very much a way that we could get the design of Gollum to work with the actor's performance. Now, Peter Jackson originally was very astute in that he didn't want to have the actors playing Frodo and Sam in Lord of the Rings act against the tennis ball on a stick. He wanted the character of Gollum to be played by an actor, although finally it wouldn't be manifested on screen. He wouldn't be manifested on screen as himself. It would be through this digital character because of the design of Gollum being so thin and emaciated. So it was a gradual process of trial and error and experimentation and using my performance as reference, and then gradually using the performance capture more and more, and then the use of facial capture, which was a little bit later on. So it sort of changed incrementally over the years.
So do you think the title for you of like King of Motion Capture is suiting then, since of all your work you've done?
Well, I mean, I suppose, and I've started a company which is the Imaginarium with my business partner. We started that 5 years ago to further the art and craft of it. So I have a vested interest in it as an art form, and because I see its value as this incredible tool to enable an actor to play anything. I mean, that's the beauty of it. Philosophically, as an actor, it's the most liberating tool because it means you can play any character, whatever shape size, color, sex, creed. You can play anything, and not even humanoid anymore. It can be, any sort of being, and give it personality and soul.